Hey everyone, welcome back to this channel. So hope you're all doing well. We are here, it's war number 2 of the season. We are up against Agents of Stark. Love the name. So first of all, shout out Agents of Stark. That's a lovely name for an alliance. But yeah, going into this one, we lost the first war of the season, and we know we need to try and turn things around, not just to get the win, but to significantly improve. Like our death count was really high. First up, we're up against an ibom on Power Struggle and Strike Counter Fury. And yeah, so Kingpin here is because he can shrug, obviously, at a pretty good rate. I haven't got the hood synergy, so it's not guaranteed shrug, and as you can see, some of these poisons are sticking and taking me down. But yeah, not by enough to be a worry. And yeah, he's gonna get this one down pretty smoothly. We're just, trying to play into the node. So I'm trying to go for something like medium light, throw a heavy, and then, medium light, and then by then you're pretty much at your first bar of power, because with Power Struggle, if you get your bar of power when they get theirs, and you also lose yours when they throw theirs, so you want to try and get your special off before they can get theirs off, to avoid not getting to throw your special, and then, of course, Strike Counter Fury requires you to throw one once you've run out of the allotted hits. Yeah, pretty straightforward fight there with Kingpin. It was great that I could heavy counter as well on his special one, and that was something I did practice a little bit in duel just to make sure I had that spacing and timing correct. But here what I've included is, so for the first time I am going to be throwing suicides on, full suicides for I think 5 Corvus fights that are about to follow. And yeah, usually I don't run suicides like at all, so I even had to reach out for help on how to set up my masteries efficiently to run suicides, and the cheapest way to kind of switch across. So big shout out to Nerd, or if you're familiar with his YouTube channel, his name is Hyena, and essentially he's pretty experienced with running Corvus with suicides and war. So yeah, he took the time out, even though he's in a different battle group, just to have a quick chat over the fights I had coming up. A little bit about strategy, which I kind of already had an idea for, so we just discussed what might work and what might not work, but mostly just to get his advice on this mastery setup. And the reason I've included it as well is because there might be many people out there like me who don't really run suicides and want to see kind of in action during war what it's like to switch across to them, get an idea for the cost in units, and yeah, maybe an efficient mastery layout that would work. So I've thrown in, and then at the end of this video as well, after my last fight, you'll see me taking the suicides back off, and yeah, I figured they're worth including. So yeah, another thing I discussed with Nerd was also adequate boosting, trying to boost alongside suicides, because obviously with Corvus the whole point of throwing on like power back boosts and matching up with suicide is you want to just nuke a fight with some back-to-back special 2s. And of course you don't want to shoot to 3 bars ideally. So yeah, it was just kind of getting an idea of what boosts will work. So we are now into our second fight. We've got Brute Force, Power Focus 1 and Strike Counter Fury on this Warlock. So as you can see, I had my Cosmic Power Back boosts already on from the Kingpin fight, which obviously I didn't need for Kingpin, he's a skill champ, but I'd put them on before this, just so they were ready, and I was just going to go put my suicides on, switch up the masteries a bit, and come back to this. We're also going for an attack start boost, power start 1 boost, just so we can start with that bar of power and get to the special 2 quicker. Here we deliberately eat a combo. I promise that was not a mistake, that was intentional. I know, very weird, something that I'm not used to doing intentionally. I've eaten a few combos, but no, we kind of agreed in strategy. You eat a combo at the start, just 1 combo to give you that free bit of power, and get you closer to your second bar, and then you can see as well, just 1 combo also took me into my special 2. Parry for armor break, just to make sure he's not got any armor up, and yeah, like you see there, pretty straightforward fight. The one thing, honestly, when I look back at all these fights at the end of the war, is just, yeah, the item cost of healing Corvus up every time wasn't too enjoyable, but thankfully I've got loads of potions from all the compensation packages. Right, so fight number 3, we have Apocalypse. He's got window of opportunity stun. When he hits into your block or parry, he has a chance to put disorient debuffs on you, and he also gains attack when you've got a debuff on you. So name of the game here. So as you can see as well, I've put boost on again. This time I've gone for a 150 and an 8% for cosmic boosts rather than 212, because so that's 212 separate boosts, in case that wasn't clear, because now I've got that first charge on Corvus. So we're going to be hitting hard enough that we don't want the bigger boosts and risk going to a special 3. So again, power start 1, that's going to be on for all 5 of my Corvus fights. And yeah, name of the game again, we're going to eat a combo deliberately at the start here. Still feels really weird, but we're doing it because it will give us some power. Unfortunately, he only actually does a 2-hit combo, but it's alright, it's enough to give me some power. I don't want to then go and eat another full combo. And the aim is to just get to that special 2 basically before he reaches his first bar. That's, you know, another reason you eat the combo at the start, just to get that power. And then as you can see there, you know, back-to-back special 2s and he's dead. For people who run Corvus with suicides in war regularly, this is like, yeah, we know he can do this, but for me it's like it was actually almost fascinating to watch, because I don't really do it often. I've run Corvus always without suicides before, and yeah, well, I can see why people love running in with them. Now, fourth fight of the war. We've got Domino. She's got Spite. So she's going to be gaining power because I'm going to have a buff on me all fight. And then she has also got Rise to Power, so if I knock her down, she's then going to be able to gain power every time she hits into my block. So again, we deliberately eat the combo at the start because we want to get to that special 2 ASAP. Now, something here, because of Spite, as you can see, she got lucky very early. Knock her over 2 bars and she gets lucky again, and I'm just wary of trying to wait out the lucky because of the fact she was so, you know, Spite's there as well. I didn't want her to hit 3 bars. I threw the special 2 in a bit of a rush, and yeah, she evaded the first 2 hits, blocked the 3rd hit. You know, she failed my unblockable, and then we come back round, trying to build up there. I parried, went for a heavy to try and get the true strike, but yeah, I forgot that Corvus has a slow heavy. So the stun from the heavy, from the parry, she's actually recovered from, and in just as the first hit of the heavy was about to land as well, which, because now she's recovered, she's gone to dex it and punish me, and yeah, pretty rough, pretty unfortunate. There's definitely, you know, some small things I could have done better there. Those small things really make a big difference in a fight like that, where you're going for the nuke, and as you can see, it just one combo there evaporated that 51% health or so I had. But we go back in here, we go for the special 2 again. She was lucky there, so she could have evaded that one. Bit fortunate she didn't, but yeah, tricky fight. I think going forward I would probably want a House of X pre-fight there to make that a more comfortable nuke. But yeah, there's other small things like just maybe trying to get the true strike earlier. Again, that brings its own risks. But yeah, unfortunately, first death of the season. Definitely not as perhaps sloppy as some of the ones I gave up last season. So there's a small silver lining there, but no death is anything you want. But you got to move on, right? So I waited a little bit. His Strands was taking some fights, and there was a Mojo mini just after this that I wanted down, so I could go straight from this Penny fight into the mini boss I'm taking next. But as you see there, get the shield down, work up to the special 2, and she's dead. We have 2 charges on Corvus, so yeah, 1 special 2 class advantage. The other boosts I had on, it was enough to just wipe her out. Pretty straightforward fight there. She had kinetic transference, an aspect of evolution, so that is one that could get out of hand the longer it goes on, but as you see there, get her shield down and 1 special 2, it was all over. Now the final fight for my war, fight number 6, is up against a Modok on a hazard shift mini boss. So I've got 2 charges on Corvus. I've brought Proxima along as well, so that, you know, I haven't been able to get the true strike so far. The plan was kind of don't try to force it earlier on against like Domino and Peni, but if the opportunity came to get it, great. But I didn't, so, you know, we've healed up again. We go into this fight. He throws his heavy, so we now go in to retaliate and get auto-blocked. That's fine. Now we need to bait out another heavy. Worked on getting that spacing right. There were a couple times in duels and practice that I ate. You know, I got clipped by the heavy, but thankfully we've got the spacing right there. We've got True Strike up. We can hit into him freely now. Want to bait out the special 1 here. And yeah, obviously high ground plus the fact that I'm not immune to either of the hazard shift debuffs means I know my health is going to be getting evaporated. But 1 special 2, he's low. We know we need to get the next special 2, take a few hits to the block there, which was a scary moment because obviously dropping to 1%, then watching my glaive charges drop, it was like, you know, hopefully this one doesn't slip away, but no, so I managed to back up and get the special 2 off to finish the fight. So 5 solos across the 6 fights. Unfortunately, the 1 death to domino, but decent war. Again, it was a new experience for me in terms of going on suicides and a bit of a nuking mission with Corvus, but it was kind of fun as well. So yeah, a nice switch up, different style of war for me, and yeah, some lessons learned definitely there. As of the time of recording this voiceover, I do not know what the result is going to be. We are in the lead, but we're also needing to do a bit of catch up on attacker kills, so hopefully we will see it out cleanly and get the win. I will come back to edit in the results at the end of this, so they will be here and I'll talk through them. But yeah, we'll obviously get to that when it comes, but for now I'll just say, yeah, here is the switch back of my masteries again for anyone who's interested in the cost of, you know, switching suicides on and off. I'm so glad I don't regularly run suicides in war because yeah, it's not just the unit cost, it's also the potion cost of healing up. I mean, sure, you can nuke some fights quicker that you may not have to heal as bad as obviously if a fight goes on longer, but I found particularly in these fights today that yeah, it was costing me more, especially the strategy of taking the hits at the start, obviously. That definitely added to it, but that was to try and nuke the fight faster again. So I guess, yeah, that was more on that strategy than the suicides themselves. But yeah, I'll let this bit kind of play out, again, for those who want to see. And yeah, when the results of the war are finalized, I will come back and edit them in. Until then, sit tight and enjoy. Alright, so let's get into the results, shall we? Yeah, much better performance from our battle group. We had 8 deaths last war, which is crazy for 1 BG. Wasn't our best showing, but we got it down to 3. We're moving in the right direction. Of course, 3 is still something we want to improve on, because as an alliance, we want to be aiming for sub 5. As you can see here, we got 11 this war, so yeah, work to be done, but we got the dub, right? We got the win. We're 1-1 for the season, and we push on from here for Masters. But yeah, take care, see you in the next one.